Alina, you're not helping. Wait, this is like.
This is our setup,
Wait,
guys.
wait.
It's gonna take so long.
I don't like. This was so much easier in my head. And then
Bruh.
I look over. English is my second language, so I always spoke Russian. So that was interesting.
I'm sure.
It's really interesting.
Okay.
So that
You guys suck. Alina, can you get out of here?
All right, hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Today I have the one, the only entrepreneur.
Eric Nesen.
All right, Eric, tell us a little bit about yourself and who are you?
Well, I am Eric Nesen, as we said.
Yes.
I am 22 years old. I grew up in Agawam, Massachusetts. I like to do a lot of hobbies, so I don't have any specific ones, such as surfing. I like to go on crazy hikes, adventures. Sometimes I run.
Wait,
Just did a marathon in
he
Tennessee.
just did a marathon in Tennessee.
So yeah, I like to push
Congratulations.
myself in different ways, mentally, spiritually, physically.
Yes.
One thing about myself is I like to travel. I've been to 22 countries.
22.
I like.
So, where do you get your money from?
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good question. I started a small business at age 20, which is 2 years ago, selling car parts, and from there we grew to selling aftermarket car parts US wide. We named it ENS Customs, where we ship painted front automotive bumpers and parts US wide directly to your doorstep.
Ooh.
So the cool thing is you cut out the middleman, you get it right to your doorstep, you save money on dealership costs and auto body times. Basically, yeah.
So did you go to college? Did you need any college education or no?
Funny thing is,
What's funny?
stop. Okay. I have a high school diploma.
You have a high
I
school diploma?
dropped out of college.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
And I knew medical field was not my thing. So when I started my business, I knew I needed to be full 100% in or out. So that's why I dropped out, because there was no other place to go and no back. Let's say.
Yeah. So do you think that you need to be all in to get it done? So if you think you went to college, ENS wouldn't be a thing right now? Talk about
Well,
it.
it's basically, it turns into a lifestyle. You can't just, if you want it to grow, scaling your business is the most important thing, I would say, in terms of putting effort and making it grow. So if you want it to grow exponentially, it would be best to put all your effort and resources into
Into
it.
one thing.
Yeah.
All
like,
right.
you have spiritual, mental, physical, and it's tough to balance all three, but when you put a lot of focus on one, yes, the other two will go down, but you will definitely grow in that other one.
Okay. So what hardships have you faced, which you ended up overcoming?
There's lots of them.
Top three.
Top three, let's do this. I would say starting off, I would like to say I'm self-made, but yes, I have a supportive family, friends who were there throughout. Starting off,
Girlfriend?
a little bit of a girlfriend towards the end, towards recently. But,
Congratulations.
but praise God that it would have helped with some more capital, with some more money. But if I made the same mistakes I made when I started off, it would have been a lot different and a lot worse, because making the small mistakes early on allowed me not to do the same when I'm bigger, and it would have been a lot bigger mistakes.
So do you think it's good that you went through those hardships because it helped you become the person you are today?
Yeah. One of the main hardships I'm going through right now is managing people. Yes, I'm an older brother of 5. Well, I'm the second oldest, so I tend to be a little bit bossy. But being bossy has nothing to do with leadership. So when you are a leader, in terms of business, I tend to have problems like managing other people. So I gotta make sure things are done and how they do it. So it made me less micromanage and macromanage in terms of focusing on the bigger aspects instead of the little things. Yes, it was a one-man team back in the day, but now I have the privilege of of being a leader of 3 people.
Who do you work with?
I have 2 younger brothers and a close friend, so it's important to have honesty and someone who I trust at first, because I think that's most important with a small business. I need people that I trust.
Do you think it's smart to mix business and friends?
No, very not smart. It's one thing to be a friend, and it's one thing to do business with them.
So how is that with your friend right now?
He's more of an acquaintance.
All right. Okay.
I'll expand on this. In terms of business, you cannot put emotion in your decisions. You have to be emotionless as you can get in terms of making decisions. You have to have a clear mind, and you need to focus on your end result.
Good. So what personal qualities do you have that help you be so successful in your business?
Okay, I would start off with saying I'm not the smartest. I'm definitely not the strongest or the best of any certain qualities, but I can tell you this. I can say I have grit, like persistence and consistency. So yes, there's hardships, yes, there's bad days, those days that you're like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to give up.
Yeah.
But you just got to show up, keep showing up, keep trying, and at the end of the day, you'll be successful in that, because most people just give up.
Yeah. Were there any days that you were like this close to giving up? Like, I'm done?
Way too many of them. Some even like recently, it's like you have so many great days, and then this one bad day just hits you like a storm, and you just feel like hopeless.
Yeah.
Helpless.
Have you come across any scammers?
Scammers. Okay. Well, I have lots of customers. Another hardship is dealing with customers. Yes, I do have a 30-day return policy. I have customer satisfaction guaranteed. So if you have anything wrong with like our orders, we give their money back. We work with the customers. But then we come across with like people who just try to take advantage of you. That's where you lose money. That's where you're like get discouraged. But the customer always comes first. Yes, there's scammers. As long as you have more positives and negatives in terms of, like, yes, you will have a lot of bads. As long as the goods outweigh the bads, you're in the right path.
All right. And so what professional qualities came with your success?
Professional qualities. I would say most important quality.
Like a professional quality.
Okay, I would say sales. Sales, I did not learn that. Yes, I didn't go to college, but I had the opportunity to experience being a salesperson.
Oh, real estate, right?
I've been a licensed realtor for 3 years and going. I'm also a mortgage broker, but it's a conflict of interest to have both. I have my certificate.
I don't
I'm
think
not
girlfriend
licensed.
knew that.
I don't have my license, but I'm certified. Because it's illegal to be both. It's a conflict of interest. You'll know why
Alright.
if you do some research.
Okay.
But so being a
Sales is
salesperson
definitely
allows
helpful.
me to know the ins and outs and how to approach a customer and how to maneuver my pitch in terms of how to approach any
Conflict?
any conflict, any situation.
Yeah, okay. And then final question. How did you finance your operation, ENS, starting from the very bottom? Did you work before ENS or no?
I actually dropped out of college. Well, I was working. My first job was at a junkyard. So it's not humble. It's a very humbling start.
Junkyard.
$12 an hour.
All
Work
right, under
50
minimum wage.
hours a week at age 19 years old.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
what convinced me, like, hey, you got to do something with
Like,
your life.
you can't
know?
live this life forever?
Yeah, I was doing college while working full time.
So wait, what gave you this inspiration to become an entrepreneur?
I told myself, like, hey, like, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
There's only up from here. So I
Anything's
saw that as an
possible if you put your mind
opportunity.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you finance it if you're making $12 an hour?
I always thought I was gonna get into what is it called, e-commerce. I had a lot of setbacks and whatnot, but I knew I was pretty good with car parts. So I just found a way to
Turn that into a business?
do better, have a better.
It's okay. No, that's okay. No, you're doing really good.
Yeah.
You need to find a way. There's two ways to become successful. You got to either outwork them or outsmart them or outfinance them. 3 ways. I knew I didn't have the capital. Doing business, I have to be better than other people. So when I was working at my old job, I'm like, man, I could be doing something different. And this is, so I didn't have a whole lot to start with. I didn't get any handouts, so it was all my savings. So it took a while to start because if I just got like a loan or something like that, it would have helped. As of right now, I have enough cash flow, a healthy cash flow, so I don't have that problem. But starting off, it was definitely difficult to get going because you need like the resources, the materials. Now I have the privilege of having a warehouse.
Oh, wow.
So
where's your warehouse located?
it's in Agawam, Massachusetts, 257 Grove Street.
All right, 257.
Yeah,
Street.
I have
like that,
3,000 square feet, so it's not much, but it's something.
Do you plan on expanding this
Of
soon?
course, yeah. You gotta. Growth is most important. So if you're not growing, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Personal question. You don't have to answer this. What was the most amount of money you made in a year?
I don't know. Well, last year we didn't do good. This year
What
we're
is
not
the
doing so
difference?
great.
What's the? Do you know what I'm trying to ask? Like
What's the most money?
Annual income.
what is your weekly income? Oh,
I
right.
can't say that.
No, I know. I'm trying to give you a percentage or a percent.
Okay,
of
let
the
me
same.
just say this. Not a flex, but
It's not flexing.
it's not great. But
Definitely.
for starting off as my first year being official, I did 200,000 in gross sales. But that's before I paid for my shop, paid my workers, paid for the supplies, which I do have a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
So it's a start because you pay everyone first, you pay yourself last.
Yeah.
So you basically collect the scraps.
Yeah.
And whatever I have left is usually goes back into the business.
Okay.
So yeah.
But you have good income, flowing
I would
income.
say, yeah. This
Yeah.
year we're trying to do a little bit better.
Very stable.
Yeah, doing a little better.
And what quote do you live by or verse?
Verse.
I heard you said spiritual in one of them. So do you have a verse that you live by?
I do.
Do you want to say it?
Well, it's Jeremiah 29:11. It's for I have the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope in the future.
Amen.
So that gives me encouragement. I would say out of everything I do, if you put Christ in the center of your life, He will lead the way and guide you through situations that you wouldn't, and He will put you in situations that you would never see yourself being in.
Yeah, that's very good, very good. All right, thank you so much, Eric, for being on this. I definitely, and I hope you guys, everyone that's watching, took away from this. I will say the most important thing that he mentioned was never giving up and always putting your best in what you want to achieve. I believe that everything is possible if you put your mind to it. So focusing yourself on one thing and putting all your strength and all your resources, thank you, in it will help you grow. So thank you so much, Eric. Stay safe, guys. Peace out.